Ich habe schon Gefühl, ich gehe in ein wichtiges Gespräch.
Of a degenerate mind.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Was ist eure Geschichte?
Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I suppose it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask, "What is your story?"
Was heißt
The
das so?
proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity, rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change.
Was ist
You
für
really
Priesterin?
don't know? You are from far away, aren't you? Well, I am one of the priestesses, charged with keeping the sacred flame in Rome's shrine of Vesta burning. I take it you know who Vesta is?
Ja, was
Vesta
für
is
Hilfe?
the mother goddess of hearth and home, and the guardian of the Roman people.
Was macht
Put
ihr?
simply, I tend to the temples, ensure their sanctity is preserved. Why? So that we continue to honor our gods, invite their blessings, and not bring their wrath down upon us, of course. It's vital that we keep them appeased and remain in their good graces.
Wie seid ihr hier
I'm
gelandet?
not entirely sure. But what about you? How did you end up here? Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you.
So,
Why is that? The
Genau.
memes? What are the memes?
genau.
So, a bit like Egyptian hieroglyphs then? So
Quasi.
your people make hieroglyphics depicting this accursed character, the one they call Karen. I wonder if... No,
Was
I
wollt ihr sagen?
apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking. Have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too? I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see if you notice any patterns.
So.
I know. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too.
Was mit
Up
Livia
until a
passiert,
few
ne?
weeks ago, she was a perfectly productive member of our little community, darning clothes and cutting hair. She was always so chatty, always seeking out newcomers and asking them where they were from and how they wound up here. And then, about a month ago, she suddenly changed. She withdrew, stopped working and became despondent, started muttering to herself. Galerius and I visited her to see how we could help. But she just looked at us with this haunted stare, called us bloodless shadows, and told us we were ignorant of some pattern. Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps she simply fell ill. Or, as Galerius suggested, the weight of the golden rule was too much for her. But there is a small chance that she learned something, saw a pattern nobody else saw, and that it broke her. I just don't want to see that happen to you. So be careful, will you? Thank you.
Würde ich machen.
Now, go and follow the thread of truth through this labyrinth, and come back to me if you discover any patterns.
Ich werde sehen, was ich Trunk machen kann.
So come back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbors.
Gut, wo ist unser Jutta? Ich frag mal unser Jutta Gladiator, der uns jetzt schon mal präventiv hasst. Scheiße, Nicole, Chateau zu sein, ne?
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
Wirklich?
Contrary little cap at murder, aren't you? Nobody's told you about Hannibal? Ugh, why do I have to do everything round here? So, there was this guy called Hannibal, right? Funny accent. Used to go down into the cisterns looking for junk he could clean up and sell. One day, a few weeks back, he comes out and tells me the cisterns are haunted. Said he could hear spirits wailing. Of course, nobody believed him, because who trusts a Carthaginian, right? Anyway, a few days later, he goes back in. And hours go by, and he hasn't come back out, yeah? So I go down after him, and it's dark. But in the distance, I can just make out his body, sprawled out on the ground. And hunched over him was something that made my blood run cold. No word of a lie. I saw a creature. Like the corpse of a man who'd been flayed. And it was eating Hannibal.
So.
What any sane person would have done. I legged it out of there and put a sign at the door to warn the others.
Ich würde da noch
Without a
mal
weapon? Well, it's your funeral.
Na gut, Horatio. Das ist unser guter Magistrat. Wo ist unser Wache? Wo ist die gute Wache? Komm, rede. Ein Schrein. Eine Flasche. Garum in fermentierte Fischsoße, die Würzmittel verwendet wird. Sie verströmt ein schwaches, salziges Aroma. Ich habe in der Tat ein römisches Kochbuch mit also so Kerningrediente und Garum ist mit dabei. Ja, das sagen viele.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
So. Was?
Can't talk long. Got to stay sharp, but family's from Suche and Zyklus, Babylon province. But I've been roaming a long time now. Even joined the legions. The 6th. One they call Ironclads. Same way as everyone else.
So.
Because we're all in grave danger. Is it not obvious?
Genau.
Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm. Stupid. Going to have to improvise now.
So.
If you were dealing with what I am, you wouldn't be either. None of your business. In Troite ipsum commensura. If we have to. Meliodas. Not sure I trust Sentius. Couldn't even protect his daughter in a city without sin. How's he going to protect us? Fine. Whatever.
So, was sagt für die anderen, ne? Also, wie müssen wir die hier reingekommen sind? Ich wollte doch was bewegen. Ja, guck mal an, jetzt guckt sie mich an. Hehe. Ja, die Statuen. Die vielen werden für die Sünden des einen leiden. Okay, ich danke schon mal für die voraussichtliche Hilfe. Die gucke nicht um. Dann haben wir hier einen Eimer. Ja. Springbrunnen, der frisches Wasser produziert, aber woher könnte dieses Wasser... Ich würde sagen, es ist einfach hier durch Gestein. Sucht einen Bogen. Ich schließe mich ein, versuche nicht mehr zu folgen, daraus kann nichts Gutes entstehen. Nee, wir. Man sagt schon, suchen Bogen. Pfeile. Der Bogen des Meuchelmörders. Sucht einen Bogen. Geld. Oh, hallo. Ach, guck mal an, ich hat sie sich bewege. Hehe. Ich hab's euch erwischt. Ich wollte eigentlich nicht ins Sterne gehen. Das hat mich jetzt. Die Intrige hat mich jetzt erwacht. Er sieht durch ihre Augen. Was ist überhaupt hier? War ich schon hier? Nein. Verschlossen. Zuschussberechtigung. Lass mich rein. Schmetterlinge. Geschilderte Statue. Okay, da muss ich auf jeden Fall gewaffnet reingehen. Willst du darüber reden?
Ossin Coolio Mio.
Oh, das will ich Ruhe, sagte. Na gut. Oder ich habe euch nichts zu sagen. Etwas in die... Hallo, Lucrezia.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Julia. She was a good woman. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall, but there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath. Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day, or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that genetricum fututo and scratching his eyes out.
Okay.
I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up. My husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more than I would have liked. and turned into an awful philanderer. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right. So I waited for the right time to take what was mine and disappear. And then the fires came. As he prepared to evacuate our villa, I gathered our most precious belongings, coins and gemstones, and the moment his back was turned, I ran. I could barely see for the smoke, and the streets were full of people trampling each other. I ran for the river, like everyone else, and leapt in. The next thing I remember, I was waking up on a riverbank, not far from here. It's all right. Say what you will about this place. At least my fornicating husband will never find me. And while there's no shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden rule, they have to try to be discreet about it. Oh, this shrine was in use as a clinic long before any of us arrived here. Kind of strange to set up a clinic in the temple of the god of disease. But the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing kind of makes sense. Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good too, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying. But I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed and he's in constant pain. I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off, and I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out, and you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace. Thanks, I suppose. Oh no. Sorry, I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely not normal. There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statues talking to her. But that was Nevia, and she went a little mad. Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, until this changes the last, and then she's been, but I read one of... He's become so irritable that I just...
Okay, das hat wir.
Thank. Sure.
Was wollte ich believe? Das ist vergift oder ist er
Do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the golden rule, and so maybe it's best we don't discuss it. Hemlock, I believe. I haven't seen her in months. She's not allowed to leave Malleolas's villa, and they are quite secretive. Gladly. Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
Perfekt. Steinstadt von Apollon, der römische griechische Gott der Krankheit der Heilung unter anderem. Oh ja, hier sind viele Kräuter. Sammlung barbarisch aussehende medizinische Utensilien, darunter Zangen und Scheren.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Eine Büste. Ah, Licht. Oder ist Nacht?